Direct hit the true signs of those whom Allah elevates. Small blue diamond hook. Have you ever looked at someone and wondered, what makes them so special in the sight of Allah? Why do some people seem to have unwavering faith, immense patience, and a deep connection with their Creator? Were they simply born this way? Is there something different about them? Or could anyone achieve this level of closeness with Allah? The truth is, Islam does not teach that only a select few are chosen. Instead, Allah makes it clear that anyone can attain a high status if they choose to walk the path of righteousness. The Quran tells us, "Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you." Surah Al-Hujurat 49:13. This means that your lineage, background, or social status does not determine your worth in the eyes of Allah. What truly matters is the sincerity of your heart and the effort you put into seeking His pleasure. So, what are the signs of those whom Allah elevates? How can we recognize if we are on the right path? Here are 7 powerful qualities found in those truly close to Allah. If you see these signs within yourself, take it as a reminder that you are being guided towards something greater. Let's uncover them one by one. Number 1. They experience isolation, but it's for a purpose. Do you ever feel like you don't completely fit in? No matter how many people are around, you still feel distant, as if you're on a different journey? This isn't just loneliness. It's something deeper. Throughout history, those whom Allah elevated went through periods of isolation. Not because they were abandoned, but because they were being prepared for something greater. Even the Prophet Muhammad would retreat to the cave of Hira before receiving revelation. He withdrew from society's distractions to reflect and connect with Allah. Sometimes, when Allah pulls you away from certain people, places, or situations, it's not a punishment, it's purification. Allah says, "And be patient, for indeed, Allah does not let the reward of the righteous be lost." Surah Hud 11:115. When you feel isolated, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, ask, "What is Allah teaching me through this?" Because in moments of solitude, your heart becomes clearer, and your focus shifts from the opinions of people to the guidance of Allah. Number 2. Their tests are greater than most people's. Have you noticed that some people seem to face hardship after hardship? Just when they overcome one struggle, another one arises. They experience loss, betrayal, setbacks, yet they keep going. Why? The Prophet said, "The most severely tested people are the prophets, then those closest to them in faith, then those closest to them." Tests are not punishments. They are a sign that Allah is refining you, strengthening you, and preparing you for something greater. Allah reminds us in the Quran, "Do people think they will be left to say, 'We believe,' without being tested?" Surah Al-Ankabut 29:2. Gold is purified by fire. Diamonds are shaped through pressure. And the strongest believers are built through hardship. If Allah is testing you, it means He sees something in you that you might not even see in yourself. Number 3. They see the true nature of people, and it changes them at some point. Life forces you to see the truth about people. You start off believing that everyone is sincere and loyal, until reality teaches you otherwise. You see jealousy where you expected support, lies where you expected honesty, and betrayal from those you trusted the most. Painful? Yes. But pointless? Not at all. The Prophet said, "If Allah intends good for someone, He gives them understanding of the religion." Sometimes, when Allah exposes the reality of people, it's not to break you, it's to free you. Free you from depending on the wrong people, from trusting those who were never sincere, and from illusions that could have harmed you. Allah reminds us, "It may be that you dislike something, yet it is good for you." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:216. If you have been disappointed by people, congratulations. It means Allah is guiding you towards something better. Number 4. They don't fit in, because they're not meant to have you ever tried to blend in with a crowd, only to feel like you're different. No matter what you do, something inside tells you, "This isn't me." The Prophet said, "Islam began as something strange, and it will return to being strange." So, glad tidings to the strangers. When you prioritize faith over trends, sincerity over social approval, and the hereafter over worldly desires, people will see you as strange. But remember, The path to Jannah was never meant to be mainstream. Number 5, they see this world for what it really is. Most people chase after money, fame, and status as if they will live forever. But those whom Allah elevates see the reality. This life is temporary. The Prophet said, "Be in this world as if you were a stranger or a traveler passing by." Allah tells us, this worldly life is nothing but play and amusement. But the hereafter, that is the real life if only they knew. Surah Al-Hujurat 29:64. When you stop obsessing over temporary things, you begin investing in what truly matters. Your relationship with Allah. Number 6, their greatest battle is with themselves. Most people spend their lives fighting external battles. But the ones whom Allah elevates know that their biggest enemy isn't out there. It's inside. The Prophet said, the strongest person is not the one who overpowers others, but the one who controls himself when angry. Allah says, as for those who feared standing before their Lord and restrained themselves from desires, paradise will be their home. Surah An-Nazi'at 79:40-41. Real strength is mastering yourself. The saying no to temptation when no one is watching. The staying firm in faith, even when it's difficult. Number 7, they feel restless until they fulfill their purpose. Most people drift through life. They wake up, scroll on their phones, chase money, waste time and repeat, without deeper meaning. But those close to Allah, they feel a pull, a calling. The Prophet said, be eager for what benefits you. Seek Allah's help, and do not be helpless. And Allah reminds us, by time indeed mankind is at a loss, except for those who believe, do righteous deeds, and encourage truth and patience. Surah Al-Isra 103:1-3. If you feel like you were meant for something greater, it's because Allah placed that feeling inside you for a reason. Don't ignore it. It's a sign that Allah is guiding you towards something bigger. No one is born chosen. The only thing that elevates a person is their sincerity, effort, and faith. The question isn't, am I chosen? The question is, am I choosing Allah in my daily life? If this message touched your heart, make this simple dua, Ya Allah, guide me to the path of those you love. Strengthen my faith, purify my heart, and never let me be among those who are lost.